Today's topic is about content creation, but however, I want to focus more on LinkedIn because this is a professional platform that most people are not making the best out of it. There are over 1.2 billion users on LinkedIn, over 1.2 billion users. And most of these people are actually from the US. US is number one in the LinkedIn users. US is number one country, the highest so far on LinkedIn, followed by Indians. And sorry, and the question is Indians are leveraging on LinkedIn. The number one highest user is the US from America, and number two is Indians. So imagine a platform with 1.2 billion users, and you as an African or from other developing country, if you take the platform serious, talking about your skills, talking about your expertise, talking about the value that you have, it means that you can get connected to people in the US, right from Nigeria or from Kenya. You can get connected to collaborators in India. Don't forget, LinkedIn is for professionals, and that is what is meant to be useful. So today in our content creation class, I'll be walking you through some of the things that what it entails actually in terms of what type of content, because some people may be wondering, this one that they say is a professional platform, what can I actually be posting there? Does it really fit what I know? Do I have the value to share? Is this a platform that I can go into? That is what we want to talk about. When I explain to you, you will definitely know that whether you are a fresh graduate or you are already an expert in your niche, you can still make the best use of the platform. So, are we ready? So, the 7 types of LinkedIn content that can go viral, that can position you, that can make people see you. The 7 types, there are 7 of them, and I'll be trying to cover them, in this class. So this is a content strategy guide for knowledge entrepreneurs. The recording will be available in the community, that is the AI Vantage ecosystem. So these are the 7 categories of content that we can post, and I'll be explaining them. Number one is personal storytelling. Personal storytelling. Number two is the contrarian takes. I will explain. Don't mind the English. Number three is educational micro lessons. Number four is relatable struggles. Number five is transformational stories. Number five is transformational stories. Number six is lifestyle value post. And then number seven is bold one-liners. So just take note, and I'll be explaining one by one with examples. Personal storytelling. If you are a professional, it doesn't stop you from being a person. You are a human being. As a professional, you are a human being, right? And stories that talks about your career, stories that talks about how you were able to, your educational part, your scholarship part, the way you were able to learn, the difficulties you experienced in school. Probably you had financial struggles, and but at least you didn't give up on your dreams. How you were able to achieve the success that you have today despite the challenges forms part of your personal story. So, your personal story, most importantly, is what is the lesson? It is one thing to say, I want to share my personal story. It is another thing to say that in this story, there must be a lesson for people to learn. They must be able to pick something that will change their life from my story. And like I used to say all the time, especially those of you who know me, you know I keep emphasizing that your story is gold. Your story is unique. Even if two of us experience the same thing, if two people attend the same school, went through the same course, went through the same everything, our story throughout our school life is totally different. It cannot be the same, right? So, for instance, look at this. If I write a post on, I almost quit my career after 18 years. They will be like, seriously? Do you mean that, even as a professional, you may get to a point that you may want to give up on your career? These are stories that people would sink in and say, no, why can what must have led her to want to quit this career? Or why did she want to change from IT into agriculture? Why did she want to change from academia into business? You understand that kind of thing? These are personal life stories that can go viral, and people will begin to see you that, yes, this is somebody who can take a decision. This is somebody who can stand on her feet. This is somebody who doesn't care, the challenges of transitioning from one career to another. So sharing personal stories is the number one post that you can start making on LinkedIn. Look at this. The day I realized being educated didn't mean financially secure. If this is the title of the post, will you be interested in reading it? I want you to drop it in the comments. The day I realized that being educated didn't mean financially secure. They'll be like, ha. So what is financial security? What else is lacking? Is it some people may have the mindset that it's only education. Or when you are educated, then you are financially secure. But now you are trying to challenge it and let them know that it is not directly proportional, that because you are educated doesn't mean that you are financially secure. So, personal stories, we are human beings. Even if you are Dangote, Dangote is a human being, right? Otedola is a human being. Elumelu, we all know Tony Elumelu. All these gurus, they are all human beings. Did they get to where they got to today just by sleeping and waking up? No. Is it a one-day journey? No, it is not a one-day journey. So, yes, you are right, Liz. You can be educated and broke. That is what I want to correct. And that is why, to correct this, you need to put yourself in a platform where you can showcase what you have and also attract opportunities that will open doors for you. That is what we are talking about. So, how can you use this? For instance, if I talk about burnout, job burnout, maybe you were in a job and the job was stressing your life. You can talk about how it affected you mentally, how that job affected you, physically, how that job is affecting you in everything. People want to learn from you as humans. You are a mother, you want to talk about resilience. How was it like as a career woman? I already shared that story. For those of you who are following me on LinkedIn, I have a lot of stories there. I shared about a career woman, my journey as a career woman. How I had to pursue my career while I was having children, how I had to pursue my career, not having three boys, to care for. It is me showing that if I can do it, you too can do it. Don't give up. Your story is teaching somebody that it is actually possible to achieve it. Can you see? You can talk about the academic struggle. Maybe you dropped out from school because of lack of finance, or probably you dropped out because you were not, too serious. Then you went back to school and then you came out, very good. So please, your personal story, these are some examples. Can you see that you can actually link it to your career? You can link it to your success. This is number one story that you can share. As you're listening to the examples I'm giving to you, of course, you can start thinking in your own line that what stories, that what kind of thing in your own, what you have experienced, that you can start sharing. You can please note it down and then we can talk about it at the end of the class. Now, why is this post, why do you think this post will do well? Number one is that people would see themselves in your story. For instance, if I talk about how this career woman actually, survived and she became a success in this niche, is going to attract other career women. It's going to attract them to read this. It's also going to attract younger ladies who are thinking of, following the path of a career, as in pursuing a career as a woman. They would begin to learn. So, and they can prepare ahead because they have read your story. Am I making sense? It will make them to prepare ahead before they get into it so that they know what to expect. And because your story has actually showed some insight or shared some value with them, they know what it would be. They can start preparing. And for those who are already in there, it also motivates them that yes, if this woman can do it, I can also do it. So every story must answer this question: what did this teach me? What will it teach? What did you learn in that journey? And what do you want people to learn by reading your story? What do you want them to learn? Is it just to read and read? What do you want them to learn from your story? Please take notes and drop it. The contrarian is thought provoking takes. What does it mean? You want to challenge it. You want to challenge some things. If I say, look at this example, degrees are no longer enough. You are challenging the status quo. And they'll be like, what do you mean? Are you telling me that with my degree is not enough? So what else do I need to add? What else do I need to add? They want to read it. So you can tell them with your degrees, if you are lacking skills, if you are lacking this, then your degree may not land you the job because employees or recruiters are actually looking for skills in this area. Do you know that you have just challenged that status quo? That don't just think that you have a degree that will land you the job. You need to develop skills. Can you see this? These are thought thought provoking, content that you can push out there. Passion doesn't pay, your skills do. Most educators are underpaid because they don't monetize their knowledge. They'll be like, but knowledge should be free. Why should I monetize my knowledge? Then you start sharing information to them. You in that post, you tell them why people would value your knowledge when it has a price, and how to price your knowledge. People wants this post that will challenge their thoughts is also post that you can put on LinkedIn. Don't forget, we are talking about seven LinkedIn posts, seven types of LinkedIn posts that you can put up. Now look at this. How you can use this? How can you use this type of post? Is going to be talking about the educational gap. So people will be seeing that, oh wow, the educational system actually taught us to get the degrees, to get the certificates, but the educational system did not teach us that we can actually monetize our knowledge, right? So this is an example from my own field, and financial struggles for professionals, because you say most educators are underpaid because they don't monetize their knowledge. And then in this post, what you are trying to bring out is that financial struggles for professionals. I used to say it and I keep saying it, that despite the fact that you are educated, it doesn't mean that you have financial freedom. So what is missing? What am I not doing well? Why am I educated and still stranded? Why am I educated and getting underpaid? That is what this kind of content will push out, and they will want to learn from you. So why do you think it will spread? It triggers debate. Of course, some people will agree with you, some may not agree with you, some will drop in the comments. And if they are engaging by dropping their thoughts, their own perspective in the comment, is going to boost the algorithm. The algorithm will push your content further and further and further again out there. So think about this. What truth are people afraid to say? I started this page and I was saying we need to be honest with ourselves this evening. Why are the educated people remaining invisible? That is what people don't want to talk about. Why are those who's got value and knowledge, why do they want to remain invisible online? Why is it that they don't want to showcase, they don't want to talk about stuff? Why? I am challenging the status quo. I am challenging these things, what they are afraid of. Is it the fear of making mistake? Is it imposter syndrome? Is it the fear of I don't know where to start from? I am challenging those things that people think about. So let's go on. Now, Educational content. Educational content. Micro lesson, that means bite-sized piece of information. That's what micro lesson mean. It means bite-sized piece of information. For example, three ways to turn your knowledge into income. And you give them way number one, number two, number three. Information that is going to benefit them, that is educational. It goes well on LinkedIn very, very well. How I created my first digital product using AI, showing them the step by step guide in your post can also be. How did you write it? How did you write your project? Things like that. Educational. How did you discover this material? How useful is this tool? Educational content is also good on LinkedIn. AI tools for educators. You can talk about Canva. How did you create this content? Like yesterday, sorry, this morning, I made a post about how I spent the weekend in the park, and then I uploaded an infographics, and I'll show you. And I wrote in there that this infographics was created from this particular story using Notebook LM. What am I trying to tell them? They have read my story, and I've also given them one bite-sized piece of information that you can actually create infographics like this using this AI tool, right? So you can share bite-sized piece of information to people. So why does this make sense on LinkedIn? People saves it. They save this type of content because they want to come back to it. They want to come back to it. And when they save your content, it boosts reach massively, right? So whether you're on LinkedIn or you're on TikTok, like I said, the information is relatable to platforms. Learn how to apply it on different platforms. But today I am focusing on LinkedIn. All right, so keep it simple, actionable, and scannable. Don't write too much, too long content. Make it simple to understand. Make it easy for them to be able to apply. Okay, you said you want to share us three ways to turn knowledge to income. What are the ways? Number one, identify your value. Number two, package it. Number three, make profit from it. Maybe that's what you want to explain. Make it easy, simple, actionable so that they can take action immediately. So it's very, very important. So let's go to number four. Number four is relatable professional, the struggles. Life is not easy. Oh. We always have challenges, we always have struggles. You are not lazy, you are exhausted. Talk about your struggle. How are you struggling without a job despite your degrees? How are you struggling, to do some assignments despite not having the facilities or the resources? How are you struggling achieving your goal based on the challenges that you are facing, whether due to marital, family, whatever, financial? How are you managing during time of struggle? This is also relatable on LinkedIn. People want to see your resilience, how they want to see the struggles, the what has gone, the hard work that has gone into that success. So, how can you use it? Academics struggling financially, single mother struggling. These are just examples. These are just examples. Professionals afraid to start online. So you can say, are you afraid to start online because of the fear of what people would say? Are you suffering from is imposter syndrome holding you back from showing yourself online? I suffered from imposter syndrome. You share your story. How did you overcome it? Maybe you are an introvert, but now you are now more visible. How did you overcome it? How was the journey like for you? These are relatable content that you can share online. So people feel seen, they understand it. It's easy for them to pick the information in this type of content. Don't forget, we are talking about the different types of content. So this type of content makes people to see themselves in your story. It's also close, to the first type of content, which is personal storytelling, your personal story. So this is a content you can also put on your LinkedIn, talk about it. This builds deep trust fast. Now, if I talk about the challenges I have, maybe struggling academically, maybe struggling to publish my paper. Maybe I talk about the struggles I experienced, when I was trying to learn a language. These are things that we go through. It is not a new thing, but talking about it, you're trying to help other people. You're trying to inspire those who are also going through similar challenge to make them understand that it's not easy, but you don't have to give up, right? This builds deep trust fast in people, and they can follow you, engage with you, and also interact with you. So number 5 is the transformation. Are you all getting value? Please let me know the transformational type of post, the before and the after. The before and the after is like 5 years ago I was struggling with this, but this was what I did, and now I am here. The before and after. Look at the example here. From lecturer with no savings to building digital income. What is your before? What were you struggling with? Now, what is the aftermath? After, what helped you to overcome the situation you were before that you did not like? And now, where are you? Is it because you were able to learn some tools? Is it because you invested in learning digital skills? Is it because you invested in learning AI? Is that what has helped you to start building income stream? So you are no more a broke lecturer. You are now a lecturer who has digital income streams. Look at this. Look at this. From confused beginner to selling my first digital product. Yes, at times when you are starting something new, you don't know how it is. You just know that I want to do something. At the beginning, you may not understand the big picture, but because you have taken that bold step that you want to do it, then you say, I started not knowing anything. I used to share this story. I used to share this story that but before December 2024, I didn't know anything about making money online. I didn't know anything about creating digital products. I didn't know anything about even what is digital marketing. So now, that was then. Can you see that? That is before. Before, I didn't know even what digital marketing means. As simple as it, I didn't know it. What digital product is, I didn't know it. But the things started changing for me when I took that bold step that I really want to understand how people are making money online. So, what did happen? I took courses in digital marketing. I had digital products that were done for you. I started selling it. But aside the fact that I was selling it, I also took time to understand the skills. What is the back behind the scene? How does this thing operate? And then I started creating my own online courses, master classes, webinars. I now know how to do it and connect everything effectively. So now I can put up a post on my page talking about from having zero knowledge in digital marketing to creating a building a school community within so years. Can you see this? These are types of content that you can also put out on LinkedIn, right? Learning how you can use AI, building your digital products, growing your audience. What does it do? It helps to give hope. It gives hope to people that you know, I can still make it. This is not the end of it. I can still make something good out of myself. Especially, some people give up on themselves, when they see that things are not going on well, and they begin to think, is it village people? Is it Kiliko people? Why is it only me? My friends are making it. Why am I not making it? But when you share transformational stories, how you move from somebody who was living in on 1 square meal to 3 square meal, how you move from having one pair of shirts to having things like that, how you move from not being educated to bagging your BSc or B Agric in 5 years. These are transformational stories that are also relatable on LinkedIn. Now, what does it do? The action tip is you don't need to be finished. It's just, making people understand that you don't need to wait to be a finished product. You don't need to wait to be an expert before you can get started. And it shows that you are being honest in your journey. It shows that your content is being relatable and they can see themselves in it. Don't forget, if you are just joining, we're talking about the 7 types of content that goes well on LinkedIn, so that you can say, oh, I don't have things to share. I'm showing you the different types of content that you can actually, put up on LinkedIn, and it's going to get people to know you and get you grow your page. So list style. Can you say list? You just want to mention list as in bullet point. I just want to talk about 5 points in this, like this: 5 mistakes keeping educators broke. One, two, three, four, five. You just want to list it. Now, 7 skills that will pay you in 2026. Number one, maybe AI. Number two, digital. Number three, cyber. Number four, I'm just whatever. So you can also create content by giving value post in terms of listing the points or the bullet point is easy to read and easy to share. Can you see this? If your post is easy to share, now you now have people reposting your post, is going to push the algorithm further for you. So this is another type of post that goes well on LinkedIn. Make each post punchy and useful. Don't make it too long. Don't make the sentence too long that maybe it covers 2 to 3 lines. It will be too much. Bullet point, easy to understand. That is the list. That is number 6, the list style that has got to do with value post. Then number 7 is it's called the bold short insights. Short insight, like quotes. Can you see this? You can use quotes. You can upload infographics. Maybe you created a flow chart of a process and you have turned it into an infographic style post. You can post that. You can put carousel post on what's it called, LinkedIn as well. So look at examples. You don't need more degrees, you need digital leverage. You can put that as a quote. Then you can attach pictures. It's also good to attach pictures to content on LinkedIn. People want to see real faces. LinkedIn is one of the platform where you cannot do faceless, unfortunately. On TikTok, you can be faceless. On Instagram, you can be faceless. On Facebook, you can decide to be faceless. But on LinkedIn, you cannot be faceless because we call it a professional platform and we want to see the face attached to that page. So LinkedIn is not a faceless account or a faceless social media. Now, why does this spread? It is quick to read and high engagement. So you can combine all these. You don't necessarily have to stick to one. You can vary your content, right? From storytelling, to insight, to transformation. These are the varieties of ways that you can craft your content for LinkedIn, right? So these are perfect for your infographic quote content. Now, let's finish up. So your content strategy starts now. Don't, don't be held back by asking, I don't have what to post. I don't know what to share. From the all the list or from the 7 types of content that I have just shared with you, definitely you will have something to share. Whether you are a young graduate or you are a top professional or you are just opening the LinkedIn page today or tonight, you would have something to share, right? You already have everything you need. Can you see this? You already have your stories. You already have your transformation. You already have your stories, your knowledge, your lived experience. They are not small, they are your strongest asset. Now, go create